Jesus Christ. Sure. Jesus Christ. Get my motherfucking ass whooped. Jesus, take the wheel. Get my motherfucking ass whooped.
Lions.
Jesus
Damn Craig,
Christ.
what
Get my
happened?
motherfucking ass whooped. Jesus. Donnie, you on right now?
Bills. Fins.
Mm, 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 mm. Oh, now Bill's gonna comment on the
Yeah, I
fucking
am.
stream.
Titans. Browns. Packers.
Let me fucking add this nigga Donnie on this bitch, and then we
Toptier.
can get it started real quick. Let me add this nigga real quick.
That was me saying Bills.
I know, I'm just playing with y'all. First off, let me advance this bitch.
Yo,
You, what's good,
Rolling on
bro?
yo,
the floor, laughing,
good
rolling on the
man.
floor,
Yo,
laughing, rolling on the
Yeah.
floor, laughing, rolling on the floor,
Hey,
laughing,
yeah, you
say
hear me?
he want to
You see me?
comment, ha
You see
ha.
your boy Demetrius, dog? This nigga is calling all of a sudden. Talking about he can't comment this shit, dog. Nah, shout out to the fucking shout out to the Bills, man. Um, to be completely honest, bro, I came into that game expecting to play Max, bro. I ain't respect my opponent, and I got my ass whooped for it, bro. I didn't even do no. I didn't look to watch one of his games. I didn't look to see what the scheme was. I didn't even check shit, bro. I just went in there and just played the game, bro.
got your ass whooped.
Oh man, I mean, and methodically, bro. I mean, I don't think he threw a
Texans.
pass over 10 yards, bro. It was all RPOs, run, curl. Literally, I don't think he threw a pass over 10 yards, bro. It was literally RPO, curl, run. I couldn't stop the run, even run command, bro. I don't know what's up with my team, but Jesus Christ. And then on offense, I had no time to throw the ball, but that nigga was screaming, nigga, with 3 players, 4 players. Jesus
Beat
Christ.
you at your own
But
game.
he
Lulu just
definitely.
said beat you at your own game.
Well, I don't do RPO, but as far as like, yes, methodically doing drives, hell yeah. And y'all know me, bro. I ain't never the nigga that give no excuses or nothing like that. But the first 2 drives, I was just behind on my throws. Like, them shouldn't have been throw out of sacks. It should have been throws that was open. So that's why I had to
Falcons.
cut the string. But either here or there, he played a methodical game. He balled out, and he's moving on. But I'm gonna go through the whole playoff bracket briefly. Um, First off, I'm gonna get to our congratulate our final four. We got the Chargers, Max, holding down the 1 seed, playing the Bills, the New Year's of the league. So shout out to the Bills for being here. We got the Lions. He's number 1 seed. Usually the 1 seed don't always become where they're at right now. He's playing Nas. A defender is always in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to this game right here. Two opponents that know each other. Um,
We played right after this pod too.
y'all playing right after the pod. Y'all get him out the way. Period, period,
Yes, we
period. I
are.
want to see Bills too, cause Bills lost to Chargers like like 45-0 or something in the regular season. So I can't wait to see how he play on this time. You know what I mean? I'll go NFC first. We got the Giants and the Eagles. The Eagles won 45-21. I'm not gonna really go through the stats too much. I'll just go through the box scores and then I'll probably talk in depth about the divisional games. But the wild card games, I'll just go through the box scores briefly. Um, the Philly boys won 45-21. They scored 7 every quarter. Then the fourth quarter they blew it open and had 24. Offensive yards gained, Eagles 385 to 360. Rushing yards 130 to 77. Passing yards, the Giants won 283 to 255. Fucking the Giants turned the ball over 6 times to the Eagles 3 times. That's part of the story of the game. Time possession 13:54. Shout out to the Eagles. Like I said, I can go too deep into the division, the wild card games. Falcons, um, Falcons and Cowboys 55-35. Atlanta scored 7 in the first. Atlanta won the second quarter as well, 21-13. They lost third 8-7. They both didn't score in the fourth quarter. Dominant win by the Falcons. A lot of yards in this game, 490 to 450 the Cowboys. Rushing yards, Rob had 154 to 78. Passing yards, Cowboys had 412. There's 296. Turnovers only 2. Rob played a false game with no turnovers. So shout out to the Falcons. Ultimately got him to the next round. This game did not get played, so we're not even gonna talk about that. And the AFC side, Big Bro versus Little Bro. I had to play a gas game. Offensive yards gain 301 to 205. Offensive rush yards 157 to 79. Offensive pass yards 144 to 126. And there was no turnovers. It was just a methodical game on both sides. And I won time possession against a nigga who run 16-21 and 739. So shout out to the
It was a good
Ravens.
game.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I can't keep letting that nigga beat me. Even if I don't want to bowl, I can't let him keep beating me. That shit gotta go. That shit gotta die. Um, Bills and Bengals, 27-21. First quarter no points. Second quarter Bills won 17-7. Like he dominated from there. 7-8 Cincy the third, and then 6-3 Cincy the fourth. 27-21, man. Offensive yards gained 326 to 290. Offensive rush yards 98 to 53. Offensive passing yards 237 to 228. 0 turnovers to 1. The Bengals. So shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to the Bills. Last game, damn, this game was like super close. 49-50. Box score 14-0 Colts. 17-7 second quarter. Cleveland just was chipping away 11-7. Third quarter and 14-14 fourth quarter. And they won the OT. Cleveland scored 8. Sevi probably went for 2. Shout out to that was a good ass game. Offensive yards gained 521 to 430. Offensive rushing yards gained 210 to 146. Offensive passing yards 311 to 284. You won in everything, but you lost in the turnovers, bro. That killed you. 4 turnovers to 2. Lost by 1 point, man. That game was neck and neck, man. Shout out to them boys. I will get into depth with these games, the divisional round. I'll go NFC first again. How you feel about this game, man? You played the Packers, played Newski, had wasn't a blowout. You already swept them, I think, in the regular season. So how you feel? How do you feel coming to this game?
Wasn't worried. Was confident.
Okay.
I knew Newski was gonna come out and do, like I played him too much.
Right. Box score: Green Bay 7, Detroit 6. Second quarter, Detroit 22, Green Bay 14. Third quarter 7-7, and fourth quarter Detroit 38-28. Man, offensive yards gained. The Lions won 396 to 316. He outrushed them 91-85. He outpassed them 305 to 231. More first downs 19-17. Had less turnovers 3-5. I mean, there's nothing that you really didn't do wrong in this game. Passing yards, Jay Hurd 316, 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers 232, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Rushing yards, Gibbs, 18 for 88 in a TD. Josh Jacobs, 16 for 67 in a TD. Receiving, Johnny Wilson, 6 for 162, one touchdown. I'll just go to the Lions since they won. Megatron, 2 for 46. And Laporte, 3 for 41, touchdown. You also got Jamo, 3 for 27 in TD. So shout out to the Lions, man. Yeah, any sacks. Only one sack by Lawson. Interceptions. Don King had three of them things. Uh, Kilgore had one. And Aiden Hutchinson had one. What the fuck? What the hell? Anybody take
Good.
it to the crib? Hey, that's what's up, man. Shout out to the Lions, man. They are moving on to the NFC Championship, man. Shout out to them boys, man. On the other game was the Eagles versus the Falcons, man. A lot of yards again, man. Rob, where the fuck is the defense at? Jesus. Box score 7-0 Atlanta. Philly took off in the second quarter 21-10. Atlanta came back 14-7, and then Philly closed it out 10-0 in the fourth quarter to win 38-31. Offensive yards game, the Eagles 516 to 453. Rushing yards 123 to 121. The Falcons. Offensive passing yards 395 to 330. First downs almost like in 18-17. And Nas only turned the ball over one time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys, man. Randall Cunningham had a game. 137.4 passer rating. You might have to turn that down. Are you listening to our John on your phone?
Yeah, bro, I just had the fucking joint next to my head and said, bro, that was my
Turn
fault.
that.
I
Yeah,
was
turn that
fucking
shit.
doing.
Yeah, I'll echo any shit. Randall Cunningham, 137.4, 413, three touchdowns, one interceptions. Michael Vick, 359, one touchdown, two interceptions. Rushing wise, Barkley, 17 for 115, two TDs. Jeremiah Love. I said Jordan Love. Jeremiah Love, 15, 106, and two touchdowns. And Mike Vick had 3 for 17 and a touchdown. Receiving yards. Devontae Smith had a fucking day, 2 for 1, off two catches at that, 2 for 157, two TDs. Kyle Pitts 3 for 132. At TD, who all had the TDs? Dallas Goddard 4 for 61 in the TD. So shout out to them boys. AJ Brown had 115. Squirrel White had 106. They was putting the ball everywhere over here. Tackle for losses, a whole bunch of them. Barton had 3. Osman had 3, had 2. Rojas had 2. Mason Graham had 2. Diablo had 2. Peebles had 2. Sacks. Mason Graham had 1.5. Barton had 1. Whole bunch of ones, man. Interceptions. Cooper DeJean, Clay Ringo, and AJ Terrell, man. Anybody take one to the crib? No, sir. Shout out to the Eagles, man. Advancing to the NFC Championship to play the Detroit Lions, man. AFC side, we had the Chargers and the Browns. Another close game. 386 to 311. I didn't get to see this game. Um, but box score 14-7. Chargers. First quarter,
In the
second
locking
quarter,
next season,
Cleveland.
I'll actually be able to ask.
10-7. Cleveland and the Chargers locked up 7-7 in the third. In the fourth quarter, 7-10. The Chargers to win 38-31. Offensive yards game 386 to 311. Offensive rushing yards 98 to 53. Offensive passing yards 288 to 258. No turnovers by either team, so it was a flawless game both ways. Time possession max. Um, Lamar Jackson down there had a perfect passer rating 288. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 140, 262, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, Bijan Robinson had 12 for 66 and a touchdown. LJ had 2 for 32. Jared Casey had 2 for 6 and a touchdown. Shout out to them boys. Receiving yards, Harbor. Nick Harbor had 4 for 129 in TD. Jalen Waddle had 7 for 117 and the 3 TDs he had a day. James Cook got the backfield at 2 for 72 and a touchdown, and Bijan had 5 for 69 and a touchdown. Shout out to them boys, man. Defensively, who had tackle for losses? JOK had 2. Jalen Phillips had 2 and a whole bunch of 1 sacks. Jalen Phillips was the only one with a sack. Shout out to them boys. Anybody take anything to the crib? Any interception? No, there was no interceptions in this game. Shout out to these boys, man. That the Chargers advanced to the AFC Championship to play the Bills. This game was just played. The Ravens and the Bills. Offensive yards gained 239. to 220. Well, the box score 14-0. Buffalo came out screaming first quarter. Second quarter, Buffalo 7-3. Third quarter, Baltimore 7-7. Fourth quarter, Baltimore 7-6. I figured out this game way too late. That's what happens. Offensive yards gained 239 to 224. Offensive rushing yards 105 to 23. Offensive passing yards 216 to 119. Um, Turnovers 2 to 0. And time of possession, he killed 15 to 38 minutes. Man. Box score, Josh Allen 137.9,
Rams
131,
hair.
2 touchdowns or interceptions. His longest was 23. RG3 82.9, 243, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Um, Rushing yards, he had 22 carries, 99 yards, and 1 TD. McCaffrey had 5 for 23, no TDs, and Marquise Brown had 1 for 6 and a TD. Uh, Receiving yards, CMC 8 for 78 and a TD. Zay Flowers 3 for 61. Amari Cooper, now his highest receiver had 35 yards and a TD. Jesus Christ. Um, I don't know how the fuck that happens. Tackle for losses. Matabuke had 4. Raquan had 2. Gregory Russo had 2 sacks. Gregory Russo had 1.5. He was screaming all game. Matabuke had 1. And Brees Smith had 1. Interceptions. Sage Ryan had 2 interceptions. He didn't take none to the crib. So shout out to the Bills, man, on their victory to play the Chargers. None you still on?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you feel about the Chargers and Bills game, man? The first game they played, I believe it was ugly. I'm gonna just go check real quick. I believe it was an ugly game.
Think
Doesn't
it
mean that
was.
that's what's going to happen in the regular season.
Yeah.
It's just what happened in the playoffs. It's just what happened in the regular season. They played the Chargers and they lost 55-7. That's kind of bad. And they ain't scored their first points to the fourth quarter. So he turned the ball over 6 times. So sheesh, I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna play them, but given that, does that make you feel hesitant to pick the Bills after that?
I don't know who I want to go with, but all
You think
right,
it's gonna be the
either
same
way,
game as the regular season, a blowout?
probably not.
Okay.
But hey, it might be though. Never know.
Yeah. I mean, I believe football is also a style.
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah, it's
Gas
also all the
Pats,
style.
that play
Sometimes
might go
schemes,
next
class
SCM.
schemes, and Max might be prepared for RPO scheme. Max always been good at stopping RPO schemes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's going on. As far as that goes, we always get predictions on this game. Um, I do expect it to be a closer game, but I do expect Max to win this game. If I had to pick a score, I would say like 31, maybe 21 or something like that.
hmm
Um, the Chargers way. If you had to predict this game, what would you say?
I go 35-14 max.
Okay. I like and Bills. That's no disrespect to you, man. You're balling out, man. And shit, we could be completely wrong, bro. We could be completely wrong, and
Completely wrong. You
you
go
could
out there
shut
and whoop his
everybody
ass.
you could shut everybody the fuck up and be in the Super Bowl, bro. So and if you do, I love that. You know what I'm saying? But even if you don't, I respect what you did
Raiders.
to get here and how far you came. So yeah, I mean, either way it goes, you got my respect for surely. Uh Chargers, methodical, run pass. He'll play any way he need to play to beat you. I will say that my dumbass took way too long to get in the man. Max isn't gonna wait for that. He's gonna get in the man ASAP. Um, because y'all know I'm not really a man runner. So it's gonna be a little bit tougher. But Bills might have to scheme a little bit differently to beat Max. And just like me, it's what's happened. What works in the first half won't work in the second half to be as efficient. So it's like you're gonna have to. With me, you had a lead, but if you're in a close game and you're doing the same things in the first half and the second half, I don't know, but Max's front seven is way better than mine. So I still got a lot of young guys in my front seven, so it was easy to run on me. So it's gonna be a good matchup. I can't wait to see it. On the NFC side, we got the Lions and the Eagles. Without giving us too much, what's a big key to winning against the Eagles?
Yeah, I gotta stop Saquon.
Facts, facts.
Hey, if I want to win this game, I gotta stop. I gotta stop Saquon if I want.
Right, I agree. I agree. You got to stop
That's
Saquon.
what starter is to it. If I stop Saquon,
Right.
hey, take
You
him
got
off.
you got to play smart.
Definitely gotta
Mm.
play smart.
But
Watch the
you
turnovers.
got to keep your aggressiveness though. Sometimes people go into a big game and get super safe, and I don't want you to get super safe. I want you to keep your aggressiveness, but I think that sometimes you get into these big games and you get real safe. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that could hinder you.
I'm gonna go ahead and play my game. So it
Right. I
is
think
really
that can hinder you. The Eagles run first. Methodical, rarely turns the ball over in the playoffs. He only has one in his first two games, one turnover so far. One turnover so far. He's a smart user. He's clutch as fucking in the playoffs. So if the game is close in the fourth quarter, it's always an opening for him to pull off a win. Um, Me personally, I'm gonna actually go with the underdog this time. I've never picked against Nas in the playoffs ever. This will be the first time I pick against him in the playoffs. Um, I think it's gonna be a close ass game. Maybe 42-38 or something like that. Something super close. So let's see if Donnie can shock the league, shock the world, and we'll see. Even though the Lions is the one seed, we'll still say he's the underdog. So let's see if the underdogs can win and and be in the Super Bowl.
the
Huh?
fuck. I might.
Yeah, let's see who can go into the Super Bowl, man. I do got a special little gift for niggas. I real quick, I'm just gonna go over the winners of the awards real quick. Um, MVP Jay Herbert was the MVP winner, man. Shout out to the Lions, man. RG3 is right behind them. Coach of the Year, Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. Shout out to the Chargers. I'll go through the NFC side first, and then I'll go to the AFC side. Jama won Offensive Player of the Year. Thornton Jr. was right behind him. Defensive Player of the Year, Kendall Daniels, Lions, and then Don King was right behind him. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dylan Edwards with the Cowboys. Evan Stewart right behind him. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Kendall Daniels. Um, Don King right behind him. Best QB, I mean, the Lions just won everything at this point. Jay Herbert, Aaron Rodgers right behind him. Best running back, Phil Maffa. With the Panthers, Barkley right behind him. Best wide receiver, J-Mo. Thornton right behind him. Best O line, Jordan. The Eagles, Kevin Dawson right behind him. Best D line, Aiden Hutchinson. Lions, Sean Gary right beside him. Best linebacker, Jalen Walker, Eagles. Deontay Lawson right behind him. Best DB, Daniels racked everything up. Don King right beside him. And best kicker, Younghae Koo with the Falcons, man. Uh, AFC wise, you got the Xavier Worthy with the Chiefs, winning an Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Queen with the Steelers. Raquan Smith right behind him. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Nick Harbour. With Benjamin right behind him. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got Ryan Shazier. With Dominic right behind him. Best QB, RG3. Right behind him was Josh Allen. Best RB, CMC. Chase Brown right behind him. Best wide receiver, Worthy. Tyler right behind him. And best O line, you got the Browns, Ted. And then we got Bryce right behind him. And then D line, we got Greg. And then we got Khalil Mack right behind him. Best LB, we got Patrick Queen as the Steelers. Nick right behind him. Best DB, Brandon Jones with Bullock right behind him. And then best kicker went to Trey Smack of the Titans, man. So shout out to all of our winners. Shout out to our MVP winners. And it's good to see our MVP winners still in the championship. Um, I can't. I will say this. I'm gonna give two gifts because I haven't done a show in a minute. The first gift is for everybody that comment on the show at all. Will be a contract restructuring.
Mm.
The second gift is still here. So I need still hairs. You got 3 minutes to put still hair in the chat. You got three.
Still
You got
here.
three Johns to put still hair in the chat. I'm about to put my
Lions
shit
still
in here
here.
too.
Titans still here.
Look, I
Still
put
here.
still hair on some nut shit like
Broncos.
I'm tripping.
Still here. Still
Still
here,
I meant to
here.
Texans.
put
Fuck it.
mine
Still
still.
here.
All right, Donnie, man, give him a gift, man. Put it still here, man. Nothing ridiculous, but give him a gift.
They gonna let me give y'all boy. Listen, cause I'm
Still
a
here,
real one.
Ravens.
I give y'all +2 core, but I gotta go to it can't be two to the same thing. Like so, it's like
We need a
one
cap, though.
somewhere.
We need a cap, though. We need a cap.
95 cap for
95
sure.
cap. All right, 95 cap. 95 cap. Um, I need you to pick a
I don't
side,
want to go
though.
to
It got to be on
Still
offense or
here,
defense.
Browns.
Pick a
okay.
side.
Uh, Offense. I'll go offense. I don't want to help y'all defenses. I'll fuck y'all
All
defense.
right. Well, +2 core from Donnie for still here gift, man. So, and you can't go on 2 speed. It's 95 cap. It's one on one. So you might have to do speed expel, speed throw, power, speed change
Panthers.
of direction, whatever the case
Mm-hmm.
may be. Everybody, good and get the joining. You got one
You
more
mean,
minute.
and if you want, like, you can put it like, I ain't gonna
Happy
say like you
time
got
to
to put it
share
on one
Giants
nigga like
no
the
comment
+2
is
on one nigga.
YouTube
You
not
mean
letting
throw it
them
on
play.
somebody else. Throw
All
one
right,
on
Demetrius,
somebody.
I got him. Browns. So you got him locked in with there. I got him. He hit me on Messenger too, so I know he's
Then
watching.
still here.
Um, and then attachment. Smell my finger. Alright, let me see what's going on. Alright, fellas. Well, I'm about to take my last 807 is when we cut the stream off. So y'all got about 1 more minute. As soon as 807 hit, I'm hitting this bitch. Bills, fuck you, nigga. That's about it. That's all I got, man. Hey, we out.